If you've ever wondered whether or not you should spend the money on some of Apple's first-party MagSafe accessories or go with the risk of getting a cheaper knockoff on Amazon, well, this video is going to be a must-watch for you because we picked up a few knockoff MagSafe accessories and pinned them up against the real thing. All right, let's start with MagSafe Duo and its fake counterpart. And I'm going to refer to all of the fakes as the fake or the fake counterpart because, well, they all have just incredibly long names or they're just very vague. And so I'll just leave everything linked in the description down below and you can choose which one you want to look at from there. So the fake MagSafe Duo has a few pretty noticeable differences right off the bat. The most obvious being that instead of charging your Apple Watch and your iPhone, it actually charges your Apple Watch and AirPods, or two Qi devices. So depending on your needs, that's a pretty big red flag. The materials used are also a bit different. Apple uses its Magic Keyboard Slim Folio style rubber material that I'm just not the biggest fan of, although it is okay with the Duo. And it's sprinkled around a bunch of aluminum for both the watch and the actual charging part itself. The fake version just seems like some pretty slippery silicone material and obviously doesn't have the same feel and the look. At least doesn't have that same premium look and feel to it. It's also considerably smaller than the real one from Apple. It does close together via magnets and stay shut just like the original Duo, and I'd say that the magnet strength when attached to your phone is actually pretty similar to what you get from Apple's version. It's not great, but this type of product is kind of meant to be mostly docked, and so really both products, both the original and the fake, are kind of bad when it comes to magnetic strength when attached to your iPhone. Now, we did test out the difference in terms of charging rates for every product that we're going to talk about that charges, and I used an app that I downloaded from the App Store to help measure the watt rate of each device when it was charging. And so I'm not entirely sure how accurate these ratings are, so just kind of take the charging part with a grain of salt. Now, Apple's MagSafe Duo is rated at 15 watts. That's what Apple advertises, and it came in at a little over 8 watts. Now, I do believe that Apple advertises 15 watts, but I think it's up to 15 watts. And so I wasn't anticipating and actually getting that number, but I was expecting to get a little closer than 8 watts. The good news is both the Duo and Apple's MagSafe Wireless Charger came in at around 8.45 watts. Both of them were exactly the same. So at least the app is consistent. Surprisingly, the fake Duo actually charged a little bit faster, albeit it was only 8.54, somewhere around there, like 0.1 larger than what the original did, but that's not a huge deal. That difference is very, very minimal. Should you pick up this fake one over the real one? Well, if you don't mind missing out on charging your Apple Watch, then maybe, because it retails for like $100 less, coming in at only $32. Next, we have the fake wireless MagSafe charger that Apple offers for a little over $30 or around $30. And they don't look at all the same. One of them had images that were advertised. I think they just pulled Apple's product image and put it as their own. And then when I got it, well, it looks like this. It's white and completely plastic. It has some of the branding on the back. It's not good. And then I did get another one just to test it out. And this had a very similar product image to what Apple offers. And this does look closer, although this is much more of that rubbery material, taking up more so than what this offers. And then on the back, it looks similar, but you do get this kind of cool little kickstand. So if you're charging your device on a desk or nightstand, you could prop up your phone in landscape and watch some videos while catching a quick charge. Now, just how quick, you ask? Well, both of these chargers clocked in at exactly the same wattage, a little over 6 watts, which again is 2 watts less than Apple's 8.45 watts. Magnet strength, in terms of when it's connected to your phone, how well is it going to hold up? Not terrible. It's pretty close to what you get with the wireless charger, but you can certainly notice a difference if you do the very scientific dangle from your phone here and shake it test than I did. I felt like this was just a little bit stronger, but it wasn't that far off to where you were like blown away by how bad it was at holding your iPhone. So yes, these will save you around $20, But unless you really need to save that extra $20 or you really want that kickstand feature, I just recommend getting Apple's model. I would trust the charging output a little bit more. I don't know if these things are gonna overheat. So far, they haven't. They're fine, but I can't tell you long-term because I just haven't had it for that long. All right, one quick charging bonus product. This is a MagSafe Car Mount that is rated to charge at 15 watts. Now, Apple does not make a first-party version of this, but they do sell one from Belkin, which in my opinion is a very reputable third-party company that I would certainly feel comfortable buying any other products from. However, the biggest difference is that's primarily for docking your phone in your car and does not charge. Now, I don't have that model, so I can't compare the quality and overall aspect of each one side by side, but I can tell you that two things with this one are different. And number one being it's really cheaply made. I don't know if you can hear this. Every time I press in that spot, it actually depresses or it makes this plastic crackling noise. It's not the best material. That can't be good. The car mount attachment does seem to be okay. This little spring here is pretty strong, and I don't think once you get it attached to your vent, it's not going anywhere. I'm not worried about that part. But the box does tell you that you need to remove any case that you have from your phone in order to increase the magnetic strength between this device and your phone. So that is immediately alarming. Now, I did do a shake test. It was actually really strong. It never once fell off while I was really heavily shaking my phone with this thing on it. And I didn't have any problems. I wasn't worried. I don't think it's going to be a problem when you're using this in your car. And I actually did put this leather case from Apple. It is a MagSafe specific case, and that worked just as well as it did without the case. So I wouldn't worry about that part all too much, but again, you might want to try it out. Last but not least, this MagSafe Leather Wallet. Here is my official Apple MagSafe Leather Wallet, and here is the identical version of it on Amazon that is a knockoff. Now, I'm not at all convinced that they didn't just Photoshop the logo out of Apple's press images and just use them as its own, but when I opened the wallets up, I was actually really surprised at how similar these two were, at least in terms of the form factor and the feel and the design. They feel like they're made from similar leather, and it's pretty well stitched together, although there is one part that's fraying a little bit. You're not going to get that from Apple's version, but this is only $8.99 and this is $50. They both fit 2 to 3 cards comfortably. They both have the same design, at least in the back as well. They have that little thumb slot so that you can quickly remove cards. But the biggest difference here and where your money is going is the magnet. And no, it's obviously not better. It's actually way worse. And I didn't think it could get worse because I wasn't a big fan of how easily this wallet could fall out. I was wrong. Apple is significantly better in this aspect. This magnetic strength or hold on your phone is a joke. I'm never exactly sure that it even grabs a portion of your phone. You know, when you use this wallet, you can just kind of stick it on and you find a spot. Pretty much with any MagSafe accessory, you'll find that spot where it locks in perfectly. Yeah, I never got that with this one. I can very easily slide it off my phone with my thumb, and with a very light shake, I can send it flying to the floor. Now, again, it's only $8.99 compared to $50. So I did expect a difference. I just didn't expect it to be that dramatic in the most important part of what these wallets can offer. Now, the wallet itself is totally fine in my opinion. So if you like the minimal aspect and you don't want to put it on your phone, then this is actually probably a pretty good pickup. I just wouldn't trust it magnetically docking to your phone at all. But of course, I'd love to know your thoughts in the comments down below. Is there some sort of cheap Amazon knockoff of a MagSafe accessory that you like that we didn't talk about? Let me know in those comments down below. This has been Dan with Mac Rumors. Thanks for watching, and I hope to see you around in the next video.